control. Breach in 5, 4, 3.
What's up, guys? It's Uncle Freedom coming to you on another glorious and well-deserved day off. And I actually was going to shoot a different video, but I got a mail call today. And I figured it was kind of a good time to talk about some why behind what we do. So today we're going to look at my new plate carrier. Just came in, pretty excited to get my hands on it, and the why behind why I upgraded it, which is the most important part. So if that sounds fun and interesting to you, go ahead, like, subscribe, tell a friend. Maybe you're just looking for advice on your first plate carrier. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade yours and you kind of want to know why I did what I did. If you're looking to get in touch with me, it's at Uncle Freedom 213 on Facebook or Instagram, or UncleFreedom213@outlook.com. Don't forget to take a look at the Linktree accounts on Facebook or Instagram. Follow those links. They're all affiliates of the channel. Any discount codes I have will be there, but any little bit you do there actually helps me here. So let's get after it. So for those of you that have watched some of the older videos, you remember a plate carrier that I've talked about a few times, and it's one I run a lot, and it's this guy. So this is my Faro Concepts Slickster. Nothing super spectacular about it. It's a very slick plate carrier. It doesn't weigh a lot. It does what it's supposed to do. I added the Faro Concepts shoulder pads because for me, I have broad enough shoulders that this doesn't impede my ability to shoulder the firearm. I have Faro Concepts elastic cummerbund, a tourniquet dangler here, the kangaroo pouch with the triple mag insert, ASC stainless mags, one single HSGI taco on the front for pistol, which I predominantly use for my on the range. Freedom patch, and then on the back, slick, just a big police identifier. You can see here the exposed Velcro. Inside is just spacer mesh. What's wrong with this plate carrier? Nothing at all. This plate carrier has been phenomenal. It's been super tough. It's been very comfortable. It's very breathable when you wear it. But the issue I ran into is sometimes the things that I do require more stuff, and I was having to swap out rigs to go to something totally different to have more stuff. I didn't like doing that. I also wanted something that wasn't multicam. Here's the thing. I love multicam. We all love multicam. I love multicam because when I came in the Army, I wore woodland, then deserts, and then we started dressing like grandma's couch. So by the time we got to multicam, it was really cool to have like not terrible camo anymore. That said, I still own some assault packs and stuff in ACU just because I'm nostalgic. But multicam is great. Unfortunately, for most things you will do, and this is something you have to keep in mind, especially in my line of work, multicam comes off to people as overly aggressive. It really does. I mean, if I'm in the middle of town and we're raiding your house because you're a drug dealer, multicam doesn't have a place there. And to be honest with you, a good solid color like Coyote Tan or Ranger Green not only lends you better in urban environments, it actually works well once you get out in, the woods. Don't do black. Black sticks out. Nothing is black in nature. So, and the thing is, when you go off to a distance, this actually looks like a tannish green color in a distance, very akin to a Ranger Green, because that is what multicam does. So that's what I've been running. I've been running that for a while, but what I was lacking in a few areas, and I did a bunch of research. I dug around. One of the companies I was very familiar with was Mayflower. This is one of my Mayflower Gen 4 Urban Warfare dealies. So, it's got Lancer mags in it. This thing isn't set up right now. So, but I loved this setup. And I've got a couple of the larger pouches here to put stuff in, which is nice on the side. I mean, you can see they fit a 16-ounce Nalgene. And then, but I mean, this was nice. This was a cool setup. And I was like, I really like that rig. But I knew I wanted to go to something that was placard based. So in my research, I'm talking to guys, I'm reaching out to other people. One of the names that kept coming up was the Velocity Systems Scarab LT. So after about the 9th guy told me to go check this thing out, I get on there to look at it, and I am immediately like, whoa, okay, all right, I see where we're going. Now, when you buy plate carriers, I am aware that the economy is in the toilet right now. We don't have a ton of money, especially expendable money, to do things like buy plate carriers. And that makes options like the Faro Concept Slickster really entertaining, because you could build that out with that for like 240 bucks. Like, you could build that thing out, which is a good baseline for you to get a good plate carrier to just start your stuff in. Now, I've run Cry's stuff, the SPC, the JPC, the AVS. I ran the HRT rack. I run a bunch of different carriers, so I kind of knew where I was going with it. I wanted something that wasn't heavy, but it was structured and I had more capability. So looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. So I jump onto their thing. I see what I want. I order it. I order the LE version of it, which is the wrong thing, because the LT has the zip-on back panel, which is actually useful for me. So I call them on the phone. I tell them what I screwed up on. They change all my stuff, get me the right stuff. They tell you 6 weeks is your lead time. I'm like, it's fine. It took like 14 days and it got here today. So what did I go with? Well, I went with the Velocity Systems Scarab LT. Now, one of the biggest differences in the LT and the LE, the LT up here is just slick Velcro. The LE is Velcro, but it's also Molly. The back side of this guy is Molly, but it has kind of the same deal. I've got Swift clips here. It comes with this flap on the Jesus Christ, I didn't know it was going to stick to everything when I sat it down. It comes with this flap right here that actually comes in and covers this up, so you could molly on if you wanted to. And that flap actually covers up, sorry if that's super loud, a really deep kangaroo pouch. I am really curious if they make a zipper insert for this, because that would be cool. Cummerbund itself, this is the Scarab cummerbund, so I have actual like molly webbing on here, internal and external, so I could mount on the inside for plate pockets. Plus I have this spacer mesh here, so it's a little more breathable. You know, standard front affair to this guy. I still have molly capability here on the front if I wanted to molly on or run a placard. On the back, I have these Visalon YKK zippers back here, and then I have the Velocity Systems Scarab LT molly on back panel. I have 4 little cells of molly that I am not entirely sure what I would use for. I have one zippered front pouch that is very deep, goes the whole length. And then I have the actual pouch itself, and I think this is cool. That's how it opens, because I've got really thick elastic in here, keeping this from flopping all the way open. So not a super big thing. This is all like 500D, and then that tweed material on the side. I have 2 pockets in the back. I have a very thick spacer mesh that I could use to separate items. Plus I have a dedicated like pack cloth interior with bungee retention for my source bladder, which was the reason I wanted this back panel. I do a lot of teaching. I'm on the range. I'm training. When you're doing that, I may not need all the rest of my stuff, but I definitely need water, and I don't need to leave the range to go get it. So having a bladder works in that scenario, not to mention being able to throw your snivel gear before somebody says, but you can't get to the stuff on your back. I know. I work in a team. So on a team, if I need something out of here, like somebody to stick my wind shirt or something in here, I can do that. If I need something a little warmer or a rain jacket, they can grab it out, hand it to me. It works out just fine for what I need it to do. All YKK zippers, really nice, great zipper pulls that are actually branded with the Velocity logo. And then outside of that, you get to the shoulder straps, which are kind of unique. For those of you that haven't seen it, they have these D-rings on here. So these will actually articulate in and out to ride on your traps where they're supposed to, which I like, because that's going to give me a cleaner, even cleaner shoulder pocket than I had before. The whole inside of this guy is that spacer mesh. And the way these adjust, super simple. Literally, you slide this thing back. So I would just slide it back, and there's my adjustment strap. I literally just peel it up and Velcro it back down, and then slide the pad and stuff on here. These are really, like, it's all tweed. These are very low profile. But looking at one of the kind of the bitchier parts of this guy is the cummerbund itself. So the cummerbund itself has elastic cells on each one, so I get a little bit of give, a little bit of breathability. Plate bags are plenty well sized. On the inside of the plate bags, I have a retention strap that I can actually use to tighten up my plate if I need to. This is a size medium. Again, I'm 6 foot, like 235 pounds right now. This is big enough to fit me. But the way this cummerbund is actually designed and set up If you look in here, you'll see these little brown straps. Those are one wrap that is attached to this. You can see the one wrap sticking out right here. So you actually just let these in and out individually, which is nice. And one of the reasons you need to think about it, for those of us in the world that are shaped like this, we can let out the top ones a little more so that the cummerbund sits on that angle of our body and doesn't twist the plate carrier away. Again, proper fitting of your gear, I talk about this in plate carrier setups, is important. So I can adjust this individually to fit my body exactly how I want it to fit my body. So this guy will be getting RTS level 4 plates. I just haven't put them in because I'm still dicking around with it. But that was the plate carrier. I went with the Ranger Green. I love the Ranger Green Coyote Tan. Say what you want. I don't really give a damn whether you like how things look. I do. I think it looks great when you do it this way. It also, to me, like even running like a Coyote Tan placard or something, it looks awesome. So I peeled my patch or my panel off the front. This will just kind of get stuck off to the side because I won't use it because I'm running placards. I did get a couple of patches from them. Those are pretty cool. And for those of you sticker guys, they do come with stickers. Always a good sign. So going in here, I was like, all right, well, I know I love that UW Gen 4. So I picked a very similar placard. This gives me 4 rifle cells in the back and 3 little GP pouches in the front. This is not divided the way it is on other ones. So I just have one solid GP pouch in the front, which would be perfect for little things that I find myself needing, rangefinder or something like that. I will be removing these. These are actually rubberized to get a better grip on them, but I'll be taking them off because I'll be running the Haley Strategic MP2 magazine inserts because it makes re-indexing better. I did the same thing to that one for a while, but this is great. It's going to Velcro onto here, swift clip in. So there's kind of what I'm looking at for that. I like this placard, but the thing I really liked about this is I also run a Haley and a Spiritus micro system, and both of them are set up completely different. So one of them is set up for a DMR sniper weapon system role where I'm running a long gun in 5.56. The other one is set up, or a 6 arc. The other one is set up for 308-65 Creedmoor mags. And I can just pop on the panel I need, which to me is great. So the only thing I bought additionally to this guy, so I'm right-handed, so I won't keep anything over here because I need to draw my gun. But I like having a couple of admin pouches because there's little things that you need. So I picked up 2 of the small Mayflower GP pouches. These are not super big. Like, I don't know, you may could fit a, I mean, you can barely get a 20 round mag in there. So they're not super huge, but they'll do what I need them to do. The one thing I thought was neat is these have the Helium Whisper on the back, like Blue Force gears. Don't know if that's a collaboration or if the Helium Whisper is just what that mounting system is, just something another company makes. So yeah, I swapped to this because I have much better shoulder straps, much better comfort. I have decent mesh on the inside. This is not going to be the most breathable plate carrier, but it wasn't bought by me to be that. It was bought by me to be a one-stop option that I could literally go from training on the range and teaching and having a good time. And no matter who I work with or train with, Ranger Green is going to work with the uniform. State Patrol runs Ranger Green. Even though the guys run multicam, Ranger Green doesn't look out of place. It's just a better option for me all the way around. So hence the Ranger Green. There are some other stuff that'll go on here. Like the GP pouches will go here. My radio pouch will go right on the very front of this guy over here. That'll run to my push to talk and into my ops core amps. Again, the back is just designed for little things that I need that are kind of mission specific. You know, even as much as like dropping this and using that mesh pouch to drop in like bolt cutters or something like that. Although I can tell you on the front, one of these guys here, I will put like one of my 16-inch pry bars that I carry for popping locks. That'll just drop in so I can reach back and grab it like a ninjutsu warrior. But so far, man, like I'm super impressed by this. Now, here's the problem. And this is why I say, when is it time to upgrade your gear? So we've agreed that you can get into a Faro Slickster for about 150 bucks if you don't add anything, most of the time on sale. About 240-ish or so once you put the placard on it and you add a few little bells and whistles for yourself. This is not that plate carrier. So the plate carrier itself, without the zip-on panel for the back, is about $338. You can sometimes find them as low as $300, but you're looking at over $300 for just the carrier itself. This placard is $100. This pack is $120 that goes onto here. These little pouches, I think, are like 30 bucks. Like, it cost a lot of money to do this. But my thought behind this was, I've been running plate carriers for going on 20 plus years right now. I grew up with the Interceptor body armor and wearing a chest rack over the top, to learn to go into mollying stuff on, to the IOTV, to, you know, plate carrier, like actual plate hangers is what we called them at some point. But knowing how it's evolved and knowing what I use it for and how much I use it, it makes sense for me to invest the money to buy a rock solid piece of equipment that I know is going to make me more efficient. That's how you know it's time to upgrade your stuff. When you've hit max capacity for an item and you're finding that it slows you down in certain regards, or that you could be going faster, it's time to look at upgrading that equipment to something that's going to make you more efficient. And that was what I did with this. So fully built out, this configuration is about $580 for the plate carrier. The plates going into here is an additional 500 bucks. So this is over $1,000 as it sits. And the mags, I bought brand new mags because all my carriers get their own mags. I got brand new Lancer L5s in translucent OD green because, you know, it looks cool. I got 5 of those coming in. One of the things I like about this guy, and I did this on that chest rig as well, was I would always carry, I had a couple of 20 rounders I would take with me because they were suitable for that DMR roll, and those will actually fit into here pretty well. So I could still set this up and be running 30 round mags for entry stuff, and then have one on here in case suddenly I'm forced into a different roll. Because typically if I'm running that situation, I'm running an LPVO anyway. But this was my new setup. The Velocity Systems Scarab LT with the, I think it's not the hybrid, it's the 556 placard. Their zip-on back panel, which is nice. I would love to see them come out with another back panel that possibly had like a GP pouch here at the bottom and then mag pouches or something at the top that I could use for other stuff like bangs or smoke. But I love this. Like, I sized it up to me to make sure it all fit well. I immediately started screwing with the adjustments on this to make it fit to the taper of my body better. And I will say that putting this on with old ESAPPs I had, it was still comfortable. And ESAPPs suck. They're not comfortable at all. And I was putting the ICW, so I had the 3A backer behind it as well. So that's my new carrier. And the reason I upgraded it was just because I wanted to be a better version of what I was. And it was high time that instead of having $200 or $350 carriers that I'd finally gone to a, you know, $400 or $500 carrier setup that was going to do everything I needed it to do in all of them. And I can literally configure this to make it the jack for sniper weapon systems. I can make it the jack for entry teams that day, or breaching, or any of that stuff, or teaching on the range, or training. Like, that whole being able to put a zipper back there, I'm thinking, dude, that would be the best admin pouch in the world for me teaching on the range, because I could have the stuff, like some of the tools and crap that I need all the time, just on me, all of it. And again, for those of you guys that love them, they come with stickers. So there you go, guys. From the Faro Concept Slickster to the Velocity Systems Scarab LT. I am very excited I pulled the trigger and finally bit the bullet and did this. I also got a new Pelican case to replace my aging 1650. I went with the Air 1615. Very excited to see that guy come in and get the new loadout done. Lots of new stuff on the way. Again, guys, I am Uncle Freedom. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you later.